Here at the Dairy Barn, we're celebrating 100 years of this beautiful, terrific barn. In the early 1900s, the Athens Asylum adopted a philosophy of being sustainable. They wanted to do a dairy operation to be able to provide every patient, doctor, worker a glass of milk every day. And so they secured the state funding, which was $10,000. That was in 1912, and by 1914, this building, the main dairy barn, was built and opened. And by the 50s, they were producing millions of gallons of milk, 17,000 pounds of butter in 1953, and over 1 million gallons of milk. But then in the 70s, the deinstitutionalization of people with mental illness happened, and slowly but surely the dairy barn and the operations here ceased. 1978, 9 days before they were going to tear down all of these barns, a group of citizens called Save the Barn Committee, led by Harriet Anderson and a lot of local folks that are still here in our community, proposed to the Department of Mental Health that they wanted to make the complex of barns an art center. The state basically said to the committee, you can have the main dairy barn, the barn that we're sitting here, and that we're going to tear down the others. The Save the Barn Committee was, a group of artists, and one of the artists was Nancy Crow, and she was a quilter, but she was also an artist, and she started kind of a new genre called the art quilt. And Nancy said, I can teach all the classes you want, but the fact of the matter is there's no place for us to exhibit our art quilts. And with Harriet's tenacity and organizational abilities, she brought people from all over the world to Athens, Ohio for the first ever international art quilt exhibit, contemporary art quilts, Quilt National 1979. And still to this day, the highest honor is to be in Quilt National, because Quilt National was the beginning of the art quilt movement, which is enormous now. Dairy Barn is more than just Quilt National. We have kind of a three-pronged approach for our mission. One is that we do education, and so much of the year, especially in the summer, we have summer art camp, and we have 36 children in the morning, 36 children in the afternoon throughout the whole entire summer. We also have snow camp for snow days, because where are kids going to go when school closes? People still have to go to work. So we provide that as an opportunity, but they get to experience art instead of sitting in front of the TV. The second kind of prong of the Dairy Barn is our artists, and we provide opportunities for artists to exhibit as well as sell art. Our gallery shop has always featured local art, and we have art made by over 60 artists from around the area, and it could be from pot holders to ceramic mugs to vases to stained glass. And you can get something for 50 cents and you can get something for 250. We're open from 12 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday. We have free Thursday nights from 5 to 8 and you can get a cocktail. And then on Sunday we're open from 1 to 5. People don't realize that we have such talented artists here. And so I know the Dairy Barn and other arts organizations have really been working to say, wait a minute, there's the Ashevilles and the DCs or the New Yorks, but actually Athens and our artists are very well known all over the world. And it gives people a place to come and learn art and see art. And it's really important for a community to have a place where not only local artists can exhibit, but people from all over the world come here to see the little dairy barn up on the hill on Dairy Lane.
Support provided by the Athens County Visitors Bureau, a regional source for events, shopping, and dining. Attraction listings and information at AthensOhio.com or 1-800-878-9767.